Alright. Post game. Okay. So, how many chips do I have? 106. Got a ways to go. Okay. So, we gotta fill out the chip library as the main goal. Red wave, big wave. So I gotta fight the first form of these. Okay, so we got a few goals. The main goal, fill in the chip library. To fill in the chip library, another thing I need to do is work on Mega Man's level, technically. But I will try to power up Rapid and get more HP. I think technically by doing that, it will be working towards this. So, what's in here? Speak of Ratten, don't I still have one in here, or did I swap it out? No, I swapped it out. Speaking of which, I just gotta hope it hits one of them. Nope. Too bad, like, none of these Tri-Spears will hit. Why'd I do that? Come on, I gotta have something. I'll hit both. I swear, if I die to these things, I'm gonna be annoyed. Got one of them out of here. Here we go. My day's going okay, Martin. How's it going? Kind of just started. Ooh, another quick 3. So... Ooh, money. I found out a few things about Battle Network 1. Gonna make a save here. I mentioned how there was the star thing on your title screen when you beat the game, and I mentioned how there were more of them, like for completing the library and stuff. Apparently, that's not in Battle Network 1. That was really just a thing going forward. You only get the 1 star from being in the game, and that's it. It's going good. Just finished playing Fortnite for a while. How'd that go? So, really, the only reason you have that star ranking on your title screen is just so you can find Magic Man in the internet areas. Can I get... Do I have enough? No, I do not. So we gotta fill out the chip library. That's the main goal. Okay, that was weird. Anyway. Good, and you streamed a few days ago, so you... And that went well. Oh, you streamed your Fortnite stuff. Huh, okay, that's cool. Have you been streaming for long, or is it just... Like, you just started to do that? So one of the aspects in later Battle Network games is that when you fill in all like those star requirements that I mentioned, how later games do, you usually fight a stronger final boss. But since there's the only the 1 star, I don't think the final boss gets stronger. So there's really just the 1 super boss that we'd be going after, I guess. Of these. You stream Far Cry 5 and you've been streaming for a while. You don't have many people that watch, but you're working on it. Kind of feels the same over here. Okay. So, to fill in the chip library, we will need to fight a bunch of bosses to fill in those, plus whatever we're just randomly missing. But to be able to fight one of these extra bosses, we gotta get Mega Man's level up to 70, I believe, which that means either boosting its HP and or getting more power-ups, which just means more money that I need to buy. You know, I need to get more money to buy things. I think I might have missed one, because I looked at a list, and I think I got them all, but maybe I need to go back and get the one that's in here? Because when I did my first video, something didn't save, so I had to redo, like, the first episode off stream, which, you know, that didn't take that long, but I might have missed something. So let me just check in here very quick. Here we go. I probably got it. Yeah, okay, it looks like I might have gotten it. Hero Sword. Yeah, I don't actually need to be in here. So I think the only HP upgrades I'm missing are the ones I have to buy. I could be wrong on that. So... I also have a site pulled up if I need to find missing stuff. But I do know I need one of these jellyfish. And I believe they are in the Dentown, like, traffic system. We'll all get there eventually. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. I think that... What, can I not... It's not letting me... Okay, I guess I was just in the wrong spot. I think there's a jellyfish in here. I'm gonna spend some time in here. So, something that I thought of after the last Mega Man stream that I did. What do you think about if I streamed network transmission on the GameCube? Now, I do not own the game myself. But even if I did, I would have to use, you know, the totally legal Nintendo PC. So either way, I would have to go that route, even if I did own it myself. And, network transmission is weird. It takes place between Battle Network 1 and 2. But I don't know how canon it is. It might just be a side story. I wish I stream either way. I just want the thought process. Because, again, Battle Network, Network Transmission is also not really a Battle Network game, except that it is. It's more of a classic Mega Man game. It's basically just a 2D platformer like classic Mega Man, except that it has the chip system. And that's both a good and a bad thing. I think it just didn't mesh well. But it's not a matter of just, like, just streaming the game for fun. That's one thing. Because I'm thinking, if I were to do it, maybe I should stream it after the first game. But then I remembered that I think there was a character in Network Transmission that was actually first introduced in 2. So I would think it would break continuity a little bit. So I'm wondering, for one, do I even stream? Do I play the game at all? And 2, if I do I play it before or after I play through 2? Because I don't remember if about Network Transmission breaks continuity in any way. I know it has some exclusive net navis that are only in Network Transmission. I mean, that's one thing. Is the jellyfish on here? Hey, Actress, how's it going? You don't usually pop up in Mega Man. Good to see you. Basically in post-game stuff, trying to get chips and stuff. It's the grind. I'm doing alright. I thought the jellyfish was in here, but maybe I need to go to a different traffic light. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. That's the annoying thing about random encounters. When you're trying to find one and you know it's just in one of these. Haven't played many Mega Mans. Well, this is different than your classic Mega Man. Battle Network is kind of its own beast. Like, you mentioned you've played, like, the Game Boy Mega Man games, but those are like, you know, 2D platformers, basically just classic Mega Man through and through. No, this is more RPG, so... Oh, there's the... Wait. No, that's the level 2 jellyfish. So where's the level 1? Yeah, Actress, if you don't know anything about this game, it's basically... This is my favorite Mega Man. This is definitely the most nostalgic Mega Man for me, if anything. This is definitely the Mega Man I grew up with. I did not grow up with Classic or X. I played 04, but I didn't really get too attached to it. There's the level 1. There it is. Battle Network was the one I grew up with. That's part of the reason why I'm going back to this. Okay, we got Wave. There we go. So we got that in the library. Yeah, so this is basically like a deck building RPG. But instead of taking turns, you have the you have that grid system to run around on. What is that? Snake egg. I'm missing 2 and 3. What one's that one? Okay. Skadian 2. Maybe I need to buy that one. Time Bomb. I'm missing Time Bomb 2. Where did I get Time Bomb 2? I do have a guide pulled up just in case to find some of these chips. Most of them are probably just going to be in the late internet areas anyway. I think Remote 2 was in this one of the, like, Internet Area 3, maybe? Master Sword. Well, anyway. Okay. I guess we'll just mess around on the internet areas for a little bit. Maybe try some of the earlier ones to see what viruses I can find. I think going to Sal might be faster to get to Internet Area 3. But yeah, I was just asking whether or not I should even, because I thought about streaming network transmission, like basically the classic Mega Man with some Battle Network elements into it. And the question is, if I were to play it, do I play it before or after Battle Network 2? And that is what I'm not sure of. Got you out of here. So yeah, we're just trying to fill out the folder, or not the folder, the library, and try to get every chip. And to fight some extra bosses that we haven't fought yet, we have to get Mega Man's level up to, I think it's like 70. And to do that, we need to either boost his HP or power up his Mega Buster. Still don't know how to open that. Try to get Bomb Man in here. I think no matter what, only one of them is gonna die. There we go. I believe we are in Internet Area 3. Yes. Shop up here. What's the story for this game? You don't mind spoilers? I mean, okay. Yeah, I'll tell you the plot. And besides, even if you want to know, I have the older streams on the archive for you to watch if you care. So this is an alternate world where instead of classic Mega Man where robots are everywhere, internet technology had a big boom. So, internet is used for everything. And, let's see, basically the main idea is that there's this enemy organization called World 3 that's wanting to basically cause terrorism. Go stop them. But, like, that is the most basic plot. And, you know, that's just Mega Man, you know, it's very basic. It's what happens during the plot that gets very weird. So like the first major boss, we hear news stories about ovens being caught on fire and burning houses down. Guess what happens after school that one day? Our oven is on fire, and so we have to go into the oven because, you know, everything has like a internet network basically. We have to go into the oven and put out the fire from the inside because we found out there's a virus causing the fires. And what do you know? The repairman that showed up earlier that day is the one that works for the World 3 and setting ovens on fire. So basically what I'm trying to get at is our first major boss is an arsonist. Battle Network gives, like, the basic story is very, you know, the story is very basic. What if there's an internet outage? I mean, there hasn't been an internet outage, but, you know, internet crime is always on the rise in Battle Network. So you got that trade-off. And viruses are everywhere, too. We just had a outage a few weeks ago. Oh, that's annoying. How long did that last? But yeah, so our first major boss was an arsonist. And, you know, we're just an 11-year-old kid. So it's like, yeah, the stakes start at like an 11, and it doesn't go down. Here's Color Man. Color Man was like the fourth major boss that we fought. What the operator did for their crime is that they stopped the traffic lights in Dentown. Because, you know, because everything is a computer, that includes the cars. And I guess the cars are stupid that, you know, the traffic light, if it says green, the cars go, but if all the lights are green, they're just gonna run into each other and blow themselves up. That's what Color Man's operator was doing. Not only that, our friend was on a bus on her way to meet up with us, and there was a bomb on that bus, and Color Man was meant to detonate it, so we had to slow the bus down to try to stop it. Again, the stakes in Battle Network start at 11 and just never goes away. And later on we find out, so everyone has basically what is called a NetNavi. That's what Mega Man is. I don't know how to explain NetNavis. They're just kind of like assistants, computer assistants maybe? I don't know. I don't know how else to describe NetNavis. But Mega Man is specifically, we find out at the end of the game, that our dad is a scientist that made NetNavis, and Mega Man is actually Lan's twin brother. I know I am butchering this plot, but like... Oh, I hit the wrong one. I am butchering this plot, but I'm not good at explaining things, I guess. So, what happened was, Mega Man... Lan is our operator. He had a twin brother named Hub. Hub had a heart disease and died like a year after he was born. Our father was trying to make like a NetNavi that can basically have full emotions and think for itself, sort of thing, kind of like Mega Man X in that sense. Sorry. But got 95% done, but couldn't figure out that 5%. So when Hub died, he used the DNA and was able to, I guess, link Mega Man and Lan because they shared a connection because they were once brothers. Again, the plot is weird. Plot beats are weird. Did I end up getting... Okay, I got Wave. I'm looking at... Where is it? It's the... Yes, I got it. Okay. Where is... Is there another shop on that section over there? Internet Area 4? I guess we could check that one. I think I just named off the big plots. Big plot points in this game. Oh, and the villain is Dr. Wily, and his final scheme is to send what is known as the life virus into space, into a rocket, and to have it infect satellites and cause problems that way, and cause a war. Cause like world wars with that, so... Yeah, he is true evil, Dr. Wily. Honestly, I think Dr. Wily's plans in Battle Network is more threatening than he is in Classic. Like, there's more to it than Classic Mega Man. Hey, Abby, how's it going? Jeez, I keep finding Color Man. Let's see. Yeah, so once you beat, like, major bosses, if they're, like, from the villain team and you can't talk to the operator, they basically make it to where they're just randomly in one of the internet areas. And they're just in a random dead end. And so once you fight them in that dead end, then they'll just be random encounters in that area. So just the fact that we're fighting Color Man this many times is kind of hilarious. Haven't done the GHB. What does that stand for, Actress? Is that a Fae thing? Not enough feathers. Must be a Fae thing. Okay. And I got the Color Man 3 chip. That's great. It's Fae stuff. I have a Fae account. I'm just so far behind that it's very hard for me to jump back in. I just need the Color Man 2 chip. That's annoying. Fun, addicting, and spoiling. For me, it's just... I'm so far behind that it's very hard for me to jump back in. When it comes to, like, these sort of games... Ooh, I can buy a power-up. There we go. When it comes to gacha games, like, sometimes if it's so far along, it might be hard for someone to jump in. You left for 1 year. If I left for 1 year, I wouldn't be motivated to go back to either. I might have been gone for longer than that. Let's get Rapid going. Okay. We're in Internet Area 5. Just pop in the shop. We're good there. There's another shop in the area before this, but I spent all my money. Let's go back, and we'll go to Internet Area 10. Hang out there for a little bit. Honestly, actually, we should just hang out here for a little bit. I want... When I did my stream for Dissidia, part of it was to stream whatever the new event was. It was like a Bahamut event. And two, I kind of wanted to make a video of, like, if you were jumping into Dissidia, like, what should you know? What do you need to know, sort of thing. And I feel like I did an okay job, even if it was kind of scatterbrained. Kind of like this conversation. Still in Earth. There we go. And also part of the reason why I did that Dissidia stream is because I kept talking about it. So I figured I might as well at least stream it once. Listening to a streamer while working pretty productive. I mean, isn't that always the case? So it's very productive just to listen to something else while you're supposed to be doing work stuff. no PSP. Wait, on my air of KH and DS Final Fantasy games. I really want to play Dissidia. Yeah, Dissidia is very fun. Both of the PSP games, and I think Dissidia Opera Omnia is a good gacha game. Yeah, I do have a PSP, but, like, it doesn't really work anymore. I mean, it kinda does, but the problem is that I actually played Dissidia so much. That's the phone game is a gacha game, and it's more of an RPG. Because, you know, trying to do a fighting game like that on a touchscreen is kind of annoying. I knew about it around 2010. Yeah, so the PSP games are fighting games with RPG elements. They have Dissidia NT, which was an arcade game. It's basically the PSP games, but 3-on-3, and that's hit or miss whether whether it's good or not. I haven't played that one myself, but the mobile game on the for phone are that's a gacha game and it's more of an RPG. Which characters were my favorites? I'm assuming you're talking about the PSP games. Who did I jump to a lot? I remember playing Squall a lot. Golbez, Kane, maybe. Part of the problem is it's kind of been a while since I've played those games, like, a lot. Oh, we need the Aqua Armor, too. You know, I have enough space for one gacha game. I get that. I totally understand. That's kind of why I dropped out of Fae very quickly, because I got hooked to Dissidia. I don't necessarily need more than one. And also, like, with Dissidia, for one, the gacha elements are very fair, honestly. It's very generous. I'm totally done with gacha when Fae ends. I totally get that. I do think Dissidia is very fair with its gacha pulls. Like, it's not really... Like, it's very generous. And, one of Fae's problems, as with most mobile games / gacha, is that you have a stamina meter basically saying, no, you can only play for this amount of time unless you want to pay money. Dissidia doesn't really have that. I mean, it does in, like, one of the modes, but if you want to play the story for Dissidia, there's no limit of how much you can do. Like, there's no stamina meter telling you, oh, you've used up all your stamina. You've got to pay money if you want to do more. Anything here? Maybe we'll just go to Internet 11 and 12. Oh, this is the shop I need to be at. I will say, in Opera Omnia, when you're doing your gacha pulls, it's not for characters. You're not using your gacha for characters. It's for their weapons. So, like, for example, you'll get Squall during the story. That's going to happen. You'll never not get Squall unless you just don't play the game. However, the gacha element is, do you get a good weapon for him? And honestly, I think I like that system more than, you know, just doing a gacha for a character altogether. But now we kind of also have a different problem that when harder modes keep adding in, they add new weapons to make characters stronger, so there is kind of a power creep thing. But eventually, every character will get this new, whatever these new weapons are, and everyone will be strong enough, you know? I'm on one. Okay. Like the new arts of characters, so you appreciate get gotcha being of characters and not weapon. Okay, yeah, I'll give you that. New artwork is cool. But like, how many Camillas do we really need? You know what I mean? Like, isn't there like 9 Camillas? And they all do different things. So like in Dissidia, there are costumes. But those are, like, if you want other costumes, it's something you have to pay for. And that is, honestly, I have not spent a single dime, or a single penny, in Opera Omnia. And I've been playing for more than 2 years, and I have basically every weapon, for the most part. Not every weapon, of course, but, like, I have a lot of weapons. But I do not have a single costume. The only way to get costumes is to buy them, and it's a little ridiculous on how much money you have to spend if you want one. Like, you cannot just buy the costumes by itself. You have to buy it in, like, a bundle, and the bundle is with, you know, the in-game currency and stuff. Basically, if I wanted to buy a costume for a character, I have to spend 40 bucks. These costumes get... Nope, it's just aesthetic. It's just the costume, nothing else. There's nothing else to it. It's just a costume. It's still a ridiculous price. Paying 40 bucks for a costume. If I could just buy the costumes by itself and for a way cheaper price, that would be one thing. But the only way to get the costumes is to buy in that bundle. It's kind of annoying. Ah, dang it. Ooh, I got mine too. There we go. This folder is going to be built up eventually. Or the library, anyway. What about Internet Area 12? I know this is dead end. What do we got? There is a shop here. Let's see if I can buy anything. Nope, I can't buy a power-up. I do need this. I don't have one. Can I buy this? Nope. Okay. Again, money is one of the main things I'm trying to get. Let's get 2 of these. But the thing about Dissidia, though, is, like, when you have a character, they fulfill a specific role. AKA, like, Warrior of Light is going to be a tank. That's the only thing he's going to be doing, you know? I don't have to worry about, like, oh, different builds, like, Warrior of Light could be an offensive. No, no, no. Warrior of Light is just a tank. That's his role. So the real question is, when you're doing, like, the current events, do you need a tank on your team? Or can you go without? You know what I mean? And I know Hot Corn Dog asked this a couple times, but he asked in Dissidia, or Opera Omnia, is there a best character in that? And I would say, no, there isn't. It's usually whoever's the most useful for the current event. So, like, whoever's the most useful that can deal with whatever the current, like, strong event is. 6. Fair releases new mode every year. And then you need to summon special heroes specifically for that mode. Yeah, no, it doesn't do that. I mean, it kinda does. When they add a new difficulty, they basically add a new set of weapons to start making characters even stronger. But, like, you don't need a whole new character or anything. And, you know, there's the difficulty level Cosmos. And then there was Chaos. Like, that's, like, the difficulty was from Cosmos to Chaos. The jump between those difficulty was those two difficulties were pretty big difference. Like, you really had to grind. And you really had to make sure to get weapons that you might be missing to help make it easier. From what I heard, any other difficulty above Chaos, the jump in difficulty isn't as bad. So, like, any new weapon from the next difficulty up will be useful, but not mandatory, if that makes sense. Granted, I haven't spent that much time on the harder difficulties because I'm not that good, but... If I hang out here, I have a chance of fighting Bomb Man. Oh, that was close. Did I get this one over here? Yes, I did. I guess to be somewhat of a shill for myself, I did that one Dissidia stream, and I feel like I did an okay job telling someone new what you might need to do on what everything is. It was a little scatterbrained because of the current event at the time, but I tried to do a mix of both, of the current event and try to be like, here's what you need to know if you're a new person going in. That is on the archive channel. And that is the most I'm going to try to shill right now. If you're interested, maybe give that a look. That's fine. I'm just saying. It is there. Anyway, but yeah, I mentioned how you love FF3 and Crystal Chronicles Echoes of Time on DS, but that's it. FF Glory days are over. I can see that. When you say FF3, do you mean actual FF3 or do you mean FF6 on Super Nintendo? Because remember, in America, that was called FF3. I feel like I have to ask that. It's kind of annoying, but yeah. The DS one. Okay, so that was FF3. Yeah. Head out? Alright. Never beat FF3. Okay. I just discovered that it is the hardest FF. I would say 5 is hard, but, like, for different reasons than 3. I would probably agree with you that 3 is the hardest, at least on DS. And that is specifically due to the recharge system of the... Basically, summoning sickness is a way to describe it. You know, job class sickness. FF3 DS discourages you from messing around with different job classes. And that is stupid. Now, I would say it is because the grinding and... Oh, yeah. So, FF3 isn't too bad throughout the game. It's when you get to the Crystal Tower. That is for sure. The Crystal Tower is the hardest part about FF3. And that's not necessarily because it's super difficult. It's that it doesn't give you a save point at all. That's the thing that makes it difficult. If Crystal Tower allowed you to save, then it wouldn't be that difficult. It would be just as difficult as basically any other final dungeon. I guess I'll try going to 13 and 14 maybe? I don't know. Build money. So, I have not played it myself, but I have heard that Pixel Perfect FF3 is the best version. If you're gonna play FF3, you play Pixel Perfect. Because it gets rid of the BS of the job sickness thing that basically tells you not to change your job class. You know? And I played the original Famicom version of FF3. It has a similar system, kind of, but honestly, it's a system I actually like more than the job sickness. Basically, it has the points that you need to spend to change to a different job class. The trade-off is you don't need to... the points are universal, so you can use them for anything. So if you swap to a job class, you don't have that stupid job sickness in the original Famicom version. But no waifu. Yeah, they're all orphans with no names, so that is the trade-off, I guess. But the original FF3 doesn't have cute girls. I don't know what to tell you. Do you want the better game or the cute girl? But no, from what I've heard, if you want to play FF3, you play Pixel Perfect. It gets rid of the BS. That being said, you don't get the cute girl in Pixel Perfect, so... I guess that's a trade-off. Just one new Echoes of Time. The only Crystal Chronicles game I've played is the first one. I have it on the GameCube. I bought it, like, a couple months ago. I played it, and then I told my friend... don't make something like that. I don't know. But I bought the GameCube version, and I played it on the GameCube for a little bit. Beat the game. I told my friend that I was playing it, and he has a huge nostalgic love for Crystal Chronicles. That he's like, you know what? I'm gonna buy you the re-release so we can play it online. I'm like, okay. So I have it on Switch too. I didn't necessarily spend too much time on that one because I was kind of burnt out. But that is the only one I have played. I haven't played any of the other Crystal Chronicle games. And I've only heard, like, what, the second one was the only other good one? Like, the rest are just either okay or bad. I feel like you only like this one from the GameCube. And it's the same as the remaster. Yes, the remaster on the Switch is the same game. But they both kind of fulfill different roles in some ways. Like, if you're going to play Crystal Chronicles single player, then consider the remake. But if you want to play Crystal Chronicles with friends and have a caravan and stuff, then you play the GameCube version. That being said, there's an asterisk on the GameCube version, because if you want to play with friends, you need GameCube to GBA link cables. You also need 4 Game Boy Advances. Like, there's that problem. But if you could get that all set up, Crystal Chronicles on the GameCube will probably be very fun, you know, couch co-op and stuff like that. But yeah, out of like the 4 other Crystal Chronicles games, I only heard one other one was pretty good. And I believe it might have been the DS one, if that's the one. I think that's the second one. I think I heard that one's good, but I've heard other ones are not that great. Nowadays, you might have emulators for that. For Crystal Chronicles GameCube, yeah, probably. Although, I don't know how emulators work with the GBA connection sort of thing. Now, if you want to be a madman with Crystal Chronicles and you can set it up where you can have 4 GameCubes, 4 TVs. The GameCubes need to have the Game Boy Advance player. You can hook them all up together and you can play that way. I have never done that. Out of my group of friends, I am the only one that has a Game Boy player. So I can't go that route, but you can. You don't have to use the GBA, but it still takes the same, if not more, setup. Actually, what is in Internet 15? Oh yeah, the shop, that's right. That I don't have money for. That'd be fun one day, just to see it happen, but like, I think that would take more setup than getting GBAs. The trade-off with GBAs, though, if you need to change the batteries of the original Advance model, then you have to stop the game and change the batteries. Or if you're using SPs, you have to charge it. You can't swap the batteries out with that. So, yeah. Now, honestly, I would have rather have the original GameCube game just use the GameCube controller for co-op. Like, they were experimenting with the GameCube with that connectivity. Although, from what I heard, if you bought the game new, it came with one of the GBA link cables. But that also doesn't answer if you even had a GBA to begin with. Although, let's be honest, more people had a GBA than a GameCube. It's not DS levels of everyone had one, but more people had GBAs than GameCubes. Also, isn't there a Crystal Chronicles game that was a Wii, like a Wii Shop download that we can't get anymore? Well, I am missing that one. I'm waiting for him to attack. Here we go. There we go. That's a new one. Check it out. How good is it? 100? That can maybe hit multiple times, I think. Might be Rings of Fate. Well, okay, there is a Wii game, and that might be the one you're talking about. But I'm talking about the Wii Shop download. Like, it's technically gone now. You can't get it anymore. What was it? Fight for the King or something? Like, it was like a tower defense game or something? And the only reason I know about some of these Crystal Chronicles games because Opera Omnia has characters from Crystal Chronicles in there. There is a Crystal Chronicles game that was a download, like, WiiWare game. Since 4 Heroes are right. Well, it might have been around the same time, but there was a Crystal Chronicles game that was just a download only. But that was the only release for it, so even if you want to play it, you have to... In fact, Bravely Default would be able to feel this. I mean, I played Bravely Default. It's good until you get to the plot twist, and you have to play the game 4 more times. Like, I could not play Bravely Default that many times. Like, I tried. I really tried. But it's just too many playthroughs with not much different. Like, the first time you have to replay the plot again. If you want to refight bosses, there's nothing different about them. Except right after the plot twist. Like, you weren't liking... Oh, you didn't like the characters? Oh, that's a shame. But, like, when I was fighting the extra bosses, they were just... There was nothing different about them. It's just like... It's basically just a round 2, right? Like, okay, I mean, there's nothing that much different about them. Then I got to the third area, the second time you have to go through. And there were actually some differences. Like, either there's, like, one of the characters has, like, a new ally, or, like... There was a boss fight I got stuck on, and this is why I stopped. If I remember correctly, there were the 3 sisters. One was the hunter, the paladin, and... What was it? The summoner? There's a boss fight where you have to fight all 3 of them at the same time. That's where I stopped. I forgot he jumps if you attack him before he starts attacking. I mean, to get to that fight, you have to be on the 3rd round of going through, you know, the game again. So I wouldn't be surprised. And that boss fight is how you get the final job class. Dracula. Alright, for the vampire job class. So it sounds... Wait. You get that job class before the plot twist, right? Or are you talking about, like, round 2 of that guy? With the vampire guy? I don't know. I do know that the vampire job class was basically the equivalent of blue mage. My opinion on blue mages? You kind of need to know how they work. And usually most of their spells are not that great, but but there's like 90% of blue mage's spells are usually not okay or very situational. But those 10% of spells are very good and very worthwhile having on your magic list. No, that is not the plot twist I was talking about. There's a different plot twist. There you go. Yes, that's the plot twist I am talking about. Where you although it's not back in time. Well, it's parallel universes / going back in time, I believe. So, I guess it was both. And we found Magic Man. Okay, it's been a while since I played Bravely Default, so I don't remember a lot of the events, or the order of events, I should say. got 2 of these guys. They're normally not that bad, but they can use Area Seal. Took the joy of grinding. Are you talking about specifically Faye? I only got normal magic, man. Which one do I have? Can I buy something now? You have returned. We're just talking about Final Fantasy and stuff. And Bravely Default. Yeah, it takes lots of hours only to grind. You kind of have to grind a lot. I wouldn't say no. But that's also kind of because I played enough FF games, like, enough times to know where to go on, where you need to grind it, where you don't need to. But I guess if you don't know what you're doing, you might need to. Like, for example, FF1, I would tell you you might need to grind. Are you drawing next? Because NPC from Fates. No, it's a dancer called Layla. I've been playing Fates and I'm trying to figure out who that character is. Oh, wait. Is that one that story character where Azura just took her place in Fates? It's been a while. She barely appears. So is she that one dancer that Azura's just like, okay, yeah, that is right. Okay. Just a weird one-off character. I mean, I don't blame them. Like, sometimes the NPC can have, like, a unique design and be like, you know what, I want to see more of that NPC. And Anna is an NPC on Fates. Wait. Okay, so I know Anna is recruitable in Awakening. Although it might be a DLC thing. But I know Anna's no, it's not DLC. But I know Anna's recruitable in Awakening. I don't remember Anna being recruitable in Fates, though. I just thought that was... Oh, okay. Okay, so I'm gonna go see if I can buy something now with whatever money I have, and then after that I'll probably go to one of the other just boss fights and try to get some chips from them. Fates isn't something that is as worrisome to spoil, like the Jump Rope games. Yeah, that is true. Fates' gameplay is fine. It's its plot that's, like, not good. Yeah, the story of Fates isn't good. The story doesn't work on in multiple ways. Now, not only just the overall plot for all three paths, but the main character also isn't good. Corrin, like, Corrin sucks. hate the characters in story. Would you say that the characters of are two one-note anime tropes in Fates? I mean, it makes sense. It was written by a mangaka. Not to say they can't write good stuff, but it had a different writing team than normal. Sports are horrible. I do know, when it comes to the supports and Fates, I do know of the one that was just not translated. I do know of that one. But the other supports, I just don't remember, and part of that is because I'm just trying to fill in the support log right now. I'm kind of just skipping over the supports just so I can just continue trying to build the support log. There are two anime trophy that I don't like is because they are too bland. That's what I was trying to get at, like, one-note anime character, I guess. I don't know how else to describe it. Sports barely add anything. Yeah. I don't remember much of the compared to GBA and Tellius. I definitely agree. Would you say did Awakening have good supports? Or did it also have similar plot problems where they just barely got character growth? Because I do remember one problem in Three Houses, like Bernadetta, for example. Like, she's just, like, wants to stay in her room and scared of everyone all the time. And every support conversation, you could get her to A rank with a character. And she starts wanting to get out more, but then you could just go straight into a C rank conversation with someone else, and she's back to wanting to go back into her room. Okay. Sorry, I'm kind of focused right now. And as a kind of okay. You said you prefer Awakening supports over Fates. I get that. But the real question is, did Awakening supports have the same issue as Fates? Or did it just did the same thing as Fates, but slightly better? If I remember correctly, I remember like a set of support conversations with like Joshua from Sacred Stones, I believe. And each support convo that he had talked about like a different aspect of his character. And I think that's part of the problem. They were tropey, but at least they added something to their characters. Okay. It's been a while since I read their supports. Fates has the problem of every character needing to be able to support with every other. That is a good point. That is also one big problem. Because every character needs to support with almost everyone, they have to retread character tropes. Because a lot of characters are just one note nowadays. Yeah, I get it. Come on. I can at least buy that. So close. Hey, my level is the funny number. Ha ha ha. Don't grind. But I have to beat the game like that. I already beat the game. I actually can't. Like, if I want to 100%, I have to level up at least one more time. AKA buy one more HP. I have to. I'm so sorry. How about... Let's leave. Let's see if we can get a better Woodman chip. Let's fight Woodman. see if I could build a better deck to go against him. Heater, 70. Keep that in mind. I only have one of those. I mean, these would be nice, but he's not always in front. These are a little too slow. Well, I could have a red wave here. That wouldn't be too bad. Body burn? All around you. I don't know what that does. Like, does it just circle around me? Fireman? Okay, we'll put Fireman in here. I will need that. Okay. Wait, where's Magic Fire? But it's not. It looks like it's not elemental. Let's add some fire chips. I'll add a few body burns because I'm not fully sure how it works. Let's get these Tri-Spears out of here. And where is... We'll get red wave in here. Try that for now. Okay, time to fight Woodman. Try to get better Woodman chips. Two of these. I think I can get one right away. Nope. I knew it. If Fate supports had the same quality as the Drama CD's conversations, I wouldn't be embarrassed to say that. Conquest is your favorite. Wait, but it's rare to see people that know about the Drama CDs. Wait, so Fate's had Drama CDs? I only knew of, like, I think I only heard, like, one of the earlier, I was about to say FF, but that's also correct. I think I only heard of, like, one of the first couple, Fire Emblem games having Drama CDs. There's a good one about to... Really? Really? Ooh, wait a minute. Shonen YEX. Like that. Are Drama CDs really that popular? You know, in Japan anyway. I thought that was just more of like a... You know, like an 80s, 90s thing that dropped off. I guess we'll see what Body Burn does. Okay, that's not bad. You think they're still popular, and they still buy the CD? I don't know. I mean, yeah, Japan still buys the CDs. Hell, I still kind of buy some CDs if I'm interested too. But you know, I then take the CD and just dump it on the computer. I'm a physical collector. I try to be a physical collector anyway. What are those? It's CDs. It's the thing that came out after cassettes. If you don't know what those are, good? It is ancient technology. They were still used in the early 2010s because PS2 games were still being made. Oh, okay. Only know by prehistoric mammals called brothers. Like us. Yeah, I guess. There we go. I can't get a Woodman chip. I think I'm getting hit too much. Yeah, I just want to describe that. Let's add a few fire swords in here. What to replace? Quakes? Tri-lance? What's the thing? I think I want to keep that. You know what? We'll get rid of these. How does this mirror circle hold so much data? Yeah, I have no idea how those work. We get one. It might be similar to how records work, but on a digital light format? I don't know. I keep getting hit by him. I keep getting hit too much by Woodman. I think Woodman will get close enough for me to use the sword. There we go. Now to use Red Wave. He starts attacking. Now. And Fighter Sword. Okay, come on. Woodman 3. That's good. That's really good. I need that. Now I just need Woodman 2. So now this is the annoying part. I have to do good to get his chip, but I cannot be too good because I would get Woodman 3. What a conundrum. So... How many times do I need to get hit before I could get the Woodman 3? How about we get hit one more time? And time also played out. Come on. We got Woodman 2. There we go. That's all done. Good. I wanted to start with Woodman first. Because I want to beat Sharkman and get him done and over with, but Sharkman is like the hardest one to fight. So, to deal with Sharkman, I need some electric chips. And one of the best chips for me to use is to fight Elecman. But to make Elecman go faster, I want Woodman chips. That'll deal double damage, and I guess we'll put Woodman 2 in here. Sure, we'll do that. Now to swap some of these fire elemental stuff with wood ones. If I have any. does that do? Well, we'll find out. That's part of the reason why I wanted to try to get some extra chips from the internet first before going for this, because there's not that many good elemental stuff. Wood tower's too slow. It's really just Snake Egg, isn't it? That's annoying. I want to swap this back to... Okay, where are those bombs? Here we go. Yeah, this is good music. Again, this game is very nostalgic to me, and the music is one of them. And you know, this is for the GBA. It's really good chiptune. One thing Battle Network has that is very good is its soundtrack. Like, there's some really good songs in Battle Network. Just the series in general. We'll go visit Dad's office, which, you know, Dad's not there. Dad's never at work. Oh, wait, no, there he is. He is at work. Hi, Dad. You're actually at work. Dad's never around. Okay, which area is Electman at? Area 6. Okay. No, he's working! He's not neglecting his son, he's just at work all the time. And you know, this is... I like to point out, this is an RPG that not only do you have both parents, both are alive. No time for son. I mean, he's the only one with a job. So he has to make money. Someone has to make money. But no, there is definitely some issues here and there. That's for sure. There's a bit of neglect in there. But at least this is not an RPG where at least one, if not both, of the parents are dead. Oh, this is annoying. And I'm supposed to beat Electman with that? I think I'm in... Yeah, I'm in 5. I need to go to 6. I mean, Dad works at the government building. He works at the science lab. You know, where they do the science. All of it. It's a very important job, I swear. And he also created Mega Man. In more ways than one. It's weird how that sentence is true. I'm better off with 2 fighter swords. I don't know if you were here, Ebby, when I did my poorly detailed plot synopsis of this game for Act when he asked, but a plot point that you find out at the end of the game is that Mega Man is Lan's twin brother that died of heart failure. Plot details in Battle Network can get weird. If I remember, so, like, to do my bad detailed plot synopsis again, I guess, Lan's dad was trying to make a NetNavi that can basically have its own emotions and be connected to like have a deep connection to the operator. He got 95% of the way, but that 5% he couldn't figure out that 5%. And then he had twins. And then one of them died of heart failure. But because because Lan and Hub, that was the twin, that's Mega Man's name, I guess, shared DNA, he was able to get that 5% finished. So, I know nothing of Astro Boy. Can you explain a little bit of Astro Boy to me? But, so at the end of the game, right before we fight the final boss, you know, Dad explained this giant plot dump to us. And he mentioned how if the synchronization rate of Mega Man and Lan were 100%, basically what that would mean is if Mega Man got hurt, Lan would also end up getting hurt. Like, they have a synchronization rate thing like that. And so what his dad did was lower the synchro rate by 0.001% so that wouldn't happen. And so when we went to fight the final boss, Dad gave us the program that can let us get that 0.001 back so we can be stronger. To beat the life virus. But, like, they mentioned the plot point how, with that synchronization rate at 100%, Lan should be getting hurt when Lan gets hurt. I would assume if, you know, Mega Man heals himself, Lan will get healed too, but whatever. Oh, damn. One scientist had a son, his son died, he made a robot with all of his characteristics, but gave it to one of his friends for him to create. Okay. That's actually not too... That also doesn't sound too far off from classic Mega Man by itself. But, so... To fight the life virus, we had to get the synchronization rate to 100%. But there was no consequence of that in this game. So maybe there will be going forward. Who knows? Have to come back whenever I play more Battle Network to find out. Oh, Mega Man was definitely inspired from Astro Boy. Even, like, just classic Mega Man, for sure. Like, even if, like, their, like, origins are not... You can tell there at least was an inspiration there. Because if I remember correctly, the creator of Astro Boy, the mangaka, like, didn't he, like, popularize manga or something? Like, he was a big name for, like, manga history or something, and a lot of early mangaka respected him and just kind of followed in his footsteps. You know, now I'm thinking... Yeah, Tezuka, thank you. Manga anime, yeah. Like, Astro Boy was very, like, groundbreaking at the time. I don't know if groundbreaking is the right word, but, you know, it was very big at the time. We're trying to find a Luckman right now. He's just a random encounter somewhere in this area. Kind of like how we fought Color Man just multiple times in a row. But yeah, classic Mega Man, how that went down story-wise is that Dr. Wily and Dr. Light worked on robots together. They built a few robot prototypes, you know, Proto Man being the first one. Dr. Light made some house cleaning robots, Roll and Rock. Then they build robots that were meant for construction. Basically, the first 6 or 8, depending on which game you're talking about, the first 6 Robot Masters from Mega Man 1. I think what happens next, and I think this is interpreted differently depending on what story you're reading, like the comic or whatever. Dr. Light was getting all the fame, all the credit, but not Wily. So I think Wily got mad and jealous of Light and turned the robots against him. And Rock being like, no, I gotta save these guys. I gotta stop Wily. So then Light made armor for Rock, and then he became Mega Man. You know. But yeah, no, Mega Man was just a house cleaning robot or assistant. But he may not... Classic Mega Man may not have been based on, like, Light's kid or anything, but Dr. Light did treat him like a son. Mostly know about Astro Boy because of a manga called Pluto, which was like a prequel to it. Made by a modern author. Maybe not a prequel, but a reimagining of it. That's interesting. And if I'm correct, Tezuka's dead by now. And if he's not dead, he's retired. I'm pretty sure he's dead, though. So, any new Astro Boy stuff cannot be done from the original creator, so it's very interesting to see products being made. Okay, he's very old, at the very least. Yeah. Okay. So he's not making manga at the very least. Well, if he's still alive, then any Astro Boy stuff can go through him for his approval. But now we're kind of seeing stuff like... oh, he did. Okay. Sorry. Actually, we'll use 2 of these. It's kind of weird. We're seeing stuff where the original creator is not involved in one way or another, but the series is still continuing. And it's kind of interesting to see how things play out like that. I can think of 2 examples. Dragon Ball. Toriyama's still alive. He's not necessarily writing Dragon Ball, but what he is doing is he is creating... I do mean Berserk 2. That's the next one I was going to talk about. Toriyama's creating bullet points of what needs to happen during the plot in Super. And he hands these bullet points to Toyotaro and Toei. How each of them get to those bullet points is up to them. So it's weird. We have 2 forms of Dragon Ball Super, one with the anime, one with the manga. They are both canon and non-canon at the same time. Canon in the sense that they both hit both those bullet points. And non-canon because, well, Toriyama didn't write it, but he created the bullet points, so it's weird. And then we got Berserk. The creator died before he could finish writing Berserk. And so... But there has been news that Berserk is continuing on. I believe the assistants are going to be writing it. This is interesting. Like... You could view Berserk as like, oh, the Berserk ended when the creator ended. The creator died. You could view it that way. There's 2 chapters already. Okay, so the new stuff is already being made. Okay, or being released. But like, it'll be weird. Like, if the new stuff is bad, then people can just easily say, disregard it. This was not made by the original creator because he died. You could just not read the rest and be okay. But if it's good, then how would people view it? I have not read Berserk, and I'm kind of interested in it purely due to its artwork. I have seen screenshots of the artwork of Berserk, and with how detailed it is, it makes me want to take a look into it. I am a physical collector, though, so if I were to read it, it would probably be, like, probably digitally at first, just to see if I'm even interested in it in the first place. Actually, no, if I'm gonna be honest, if I'm gonna try to get into Berserk just to see if I'm even interested in the first place, it would probably be through, like, an anime, because that's easier for me to get into something like that. And then, basically, I treat anime like, I watch the anime, and if I like the product, I'll buy, you know, physical media, whether that's the manga or other things. Where is Elecman? He's here somewhere. And dark stuff. Yeah, I think I can. I really like the inspirations of Fire Emblem. Wait, Fire Emblem took stuff from it? From Berserk? What'd they take? But when it comes to my physical manga collection right now, at the moment, I am prioritizing JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I have parts 1 and 2 done, and I have 4 volumes of part 3, so I got a little bit of a ways to go. And I'm prioritizing One Punch Man, which I have volume 16. I have 16 volumes of that. Not only that, I'm still working on getting the One Piece manga, but with that, I'm trying to get the box set. And the box set has kind of been out of stock for a while. And the only one I need is the third one at the moment. But it's out of stock, so I'm waiting a while before I get that. But that's kind of like just a one purchase and it's complete. It kind of looks like Guts. There's a character called Skull Knight that's basically the Death Knight. Okay. Interesting. Where is Elecman? He's somewhere around here, but I'm just not finding him. But yet, I can find Color Man perfectly fine. It's like Elecman knows I'm after him. Might look like a dark, no-brain swordsman. Giant sword, go burr. Best price, combat. Okay. And I do know one thing. If I were to try to watch the Berserk anime, I am not watching the reboot, the 3D one, because not only have I heard that it's bad, I have seen clips, and it just looks bad. I'll probably, if I were to watch it, which I probably will first, I'll probably watch the 90s version just to see if I'm interested in the first place. But yeah, my recommended reading is better than watching OVA. Oh, I bet. But the thing is, unless I could somehow read it digitally without paying for it, like through, like, say, Shonen Jump's app or something. I'm pretty sure it's not in there because it's not Shonen Jump. But if I could read it, like, that way, with spending little to no money, then I would probably go that route. But if the only way I can read the manga is to just buy the volumes, then I'm going to be hesitant, because if I end up not liking it, then I just bought a volume of a manga that I wasn't interested in, you know? That's why I'm saying I can easily get into, like, I can easily use an anime to judge if I'm interested in the series altogether. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to use something that I know personally. One Piece. My first real delve into One Piece was, well, actually Pirate Warriors 3, but that made me go into the anime. I and a bunch of other people would tell you, if you can, avoid the anime of One Piece. The pacing is awful. But I would tell you to read the manga, but here's the thing. not everyone has access to it. Although with the Shonen Jump app, it should be very simple to get into that. But if you don't go that route, then your other option is to buy physically. One Piece has almost 100 volumes. So, again, it's one of those things where you'd just be buying a copy of something that you may not like. You want to have a way to judge whether you're interested in it or not. I'm agreeing with it. I mean, I know, like, I'm not innocent in terms of stuff like that, but I do try to go legally if I can. If there's a way I could go legally, I usually try to. Stopped on Punk Hazard. You see, that's where I actually started reading the manga. Because I was a dub watcher for the anime. But the dub, for the longest time, the dub, for whatever reason, just stopped right at Punk Hazard. And they spent, like, more than a year before we got more episodes. So, because I got so impatient, I decided to continue on. But I had two options. My options were going subbed or reading the manga. I decided to go with the manga, mainly because when you watch, like, 600 plus episodes of an anime in one of the languages, it's kind of difficult to jump to a different language. Not purely just due to how everything sounds, you know what I mean? So if I went with the manga route, I can at least, in my head, keep the same voice actors, in a way. But with One Piece, if you were to try to get into that now, I would tell you, either go with, say, the Shonen Jump app, because it's very easy to spend $2 a month and start reading some One Piece to see if you're even interested in it in the first place. $2 is nothing, you know what I mean? And if you spend $2 on Shonen Jump, you get more than just One Piece to read, so... Or the other option is find someone that has the physical manga. Not everyone does, so... yeah. But for sure, One Piece is definitely one of those series where people get intimidated by the number, just the sheer number count of the amount of, like, chapters and episodes they are. So they don't even want to attempt to go climb that mountain. But I felt the same way, and then when I decided to go climb that mountain, I liked what I climbed. And every person that I have convinced to actually give One Piece a shot has liked it. I've convinced like a good 4 or 5 people, and only one of them was not that interested. But he also went with the anime, and this guy was definitely a manga person. So even though he went as far as my suggestion was, and he still wasn't interested, I kind of respect that. I respect if he's just not interested in One Piece, but he also explained to me that he is a manga person. So maybe if he gave the manga a shot, maybe he'd feel differently, because the anime's pacing is just awful. It is just awful. But I don't know. But yeah, 4 out of 5 that I convinced that to watch or get into One Piece has liked it. That's a good number. It is clear to me that it's a hurdle you just need to get past. Just start climbing that mountain. Do it. But yeah, you stopped at Punk Hazard. I'm assuming we finally found Elect Man. The best way you can sell Berserk in your magic realistic way for a boy growing up training and turning into a Dragon Slayer. With every attack of his being palpable of how heavy his sword is. Interesting, interesting. We finally found Elect Man. It only took 5 hours. send a snake in here. Elecman, weak to snakes. Okay. Let's get the Hero Sword. Dang it, he healed himself. We got him. We got him. Get out of here, Elecman. Oh, damn it. We find Elecman after 10 hours, and all we get is money. Time to continue hunting him. But yeah, the manga that I'm currently working on is JoJo, One Punch Man, and technically One Piece. I have box set 1, 2, and 4. So I'm trying to look for 3. It's been out of stock, but I'm trying to look for it. And if I get box set 3, that covers everything up to Wano. And I could start collecting Wano and going forward, but I think I want to keep consistency and just wait for whatever the next box set is. So, for One Piece is kind of on hold for now for my manga collection. Having one of the most unique protagonists I've ever seen. Okay, which JoJo part are you on? Manga-wise, I own 1 and 2 complete, and I have 4 volumes out of 10 of Part 3. Anime-wise, I own all the Blu-rays, and I have read Part 6. I read Part 6. I started Part 7, but I guess I got, not bored, but I just need to get back to Part 7. I might just wait, I don't know. But the other manga I have Dragon Ball complete. Not Super, Dragon Ball and Z. I just recently, like a couple months ago, got the Dragon Ball Z box set. Actually, let's use this. I have all of Naruto. Like, that Naruto was basically the series I grew up with, so I have all of Naruto. I have all of Death Note. I have... So... you're only following the anime, although you know JoJo since 2007 because of a DS game. You have respect for you. DS game. I know there's like a Japanese-only, basically Shonen Jump Smash Brothers game. That, yeah, like Jump Fighters or whatever. Like, I want to play that so bad. It looks so fun, but it's Japan only. Ultimate Stars, yeah, it looks fun. That's one of those games I wish it came over here. I would totally have gotten that years ago. I know I could. And that is the only way to do it. So, eventually, if I were to play it, it would have to be that route for me. But, like, I'm just sad that it never came over here in the first place. But, I mentioned Death Note. I forget, I have 3 volumes of Assassination Classroom. That one's just... For me, I kind of have a manga set where I kind of collect, but it's like, if I go to a bookstore and I don't see the books that I'm trying to work on, in this case, JoJo and One Punch Man, like, if I don't see the next volume I need, but I'm at the store, I work on this, basically, side project. And that is Assassination Classroom for me. But I do have all of the Mega Man Battle Network manga. Was it NT Warrior, I believe, is the manga? I do have all of that. All 13 volumes. I have most of the Legend of Zelda manga. I say most because it was complete. for years, and then Twilight Princess came out. I don't have any of the Twilight Princess manga. So eventually I need to work on that. And also because I'm a KH fan, I have the Kingdom Hearts manga, at least a good chunk of it. Okay, let's see. I think I would never start buying these long mangas. Well, the thing that makes buying these long manga a lot easier is box sets. You could buy them in big chunks, and you technically save a little bit of money when you do so. I'm still in a... Yes, my Naruto manga. Oh, I timed it too early. There we go. My Naruto manga, like I have a shelf. They're stacked in like they're stacked in tens, right? But my shelf is not long enough. It only goes to volume 50 over there. Every other volume is just sitting behind them. But Naruto was the one I grew up with. So, like, it was easy for me to work on that one because, you know, I technically started working on... Well, it was actually my brother's, and eventually it ended up becoming mine. Start reading KH manga. Yeah. But yeah, like, eventually, I read the manga because he had it, and eventually I ended up owning those manga, and over the course of 10 plus years I've been slowly working on it. I did end up completing my collection right when the final volume came out. So yeah, would I recommend collecting Naruto? I mean, I think it's still a good series, but if you were to go into wanting to own it, they're releasing box sets. I'd say go that route. You could technically get them for cheaper than buying them individually. That's why I'm doing One Piece that way. The KH manga, I have KH1 Chain of Memories, 358, and I think I have like 1 or 2 volumes of Kingdom Hearts 2, so I'm a little behind there. Yeah, Naruto is actually really good manga. Like, so when the final volume of Naruto came out, right? I got the volume, I read it, I'm like, it's good, this is satisfying, it's good that it had an ending, and it has a conclusion. I felt burnt out. After that final volume came out, I got it, I read it, I'm like, okay, this is good, I need a break. I guess in a way, after I got closure, I just needed a long break. So I'm like, I know there's Boruto, but I'll consider it later if it's good. And then I heard it wasn't good. So I haven't touched Boruto at all, and I have no interest in doing so. But, so that final volume came out in America, I believe in 2014, or 2015. I could be wrong on that. But it was a few years before I gained at least a slight interest in the series again. Like, eventually I got interested in rereading my manga. Eventually I decided to replay a few Naruto games that I have, and I'm kind of slowly getting back into it. Maybe not as much as how I used to be in the moment when they were coming out, but my interest is slowly coming back. And you just wish they stuck a little more to ninja strategies. I do agree that one of the problems with Naruto is that at some point after the time skip, it started becoming who had the bigger power level instead of actually having a strategy to beat the bad guy. At least, you know, before the time skip, because they were still kids, they had to think of a strategy to get past whatever they needed to, whatever the threat was. Like, they didn't have the strength to just overpower, you know, Zabuza, you know what I mean? Or Orochimaru. They had to think. And they don't even always win. They just had to escape. Wish I stuck with Sasuke instead of that heavy group. What do you mean? What do you mean by that? I know what you're talking about with the heavy group, but I don't understand what you're trying to get at. Okay, yeah, I know they're part of the heavy group, but what do you mean by when you say you wish they stuck with Sasuke? What do you mean by that? I do think at some point, Naruto did kind of start going a little bit downhill. Maybe not a huge spike like what Bleach saw, but I do think at some point Naruto started going downhill, slightly. And I'm not saying there aren't good moments after that, after the peak happened, because there are plenty of good moments, but I think the point of where Naruto started going downhill was Naruto defeated Pain, and Sasuke beat Itachi. That was the peak. Kidomaru and Sakon survived. And after Sasuke kills Orochimaru, they made a group of them. Oh, okay. We're just lame as count. Okay. So you're saying you wished the Sound 5 survived, and Sasuke made a team with them. Okay. At the very least, I can make the agreement with Kidomaru, you know, the bone guy, but, you know, he died from heart failure. And everyone's dead. You know, not much you can do about that. Even when Sasuke killed Orochimaru, like, that was not on the table. I mean, technically there's reanimation, but Sasuke didn't know that. Actually, you know what? That is... Now that I have this in my head, why didn't Kabuto bring back the Sound 5? Why didn't he bring them back? But yeah, I think when Naruto peaked was, you know, Naruto defeated Pain, because after he defeated Pain, he was celebrated by the villagers. So he was now accepted by them. That fulfilled Naruto's story arc. Then, Sasuke killed Itachi. He fulfilled his story arc. The problem came about after Sasuke killed Itachi. Sasuke learned about Itachi's past, which I do like. I do like Itachi's past, backstory. It's Sasuke's decision from finding that out. The fact that Sasuke decided to destroy the Leaf Village, that's when I believe Naruto started going downhill. If that decision was swapped to, say, Sasuke wanted to follow Itachi's footsteps in protecting the village from afar, we would have a different story altogether. And it might be for the better. Jirobo just got a good punch. Sakon, Ukon, regenerative power. Tayuya, just tree over her. Kidomaru just fainted. Yeah. So with Kabuto, he needed the bodies, if I'm correct. Or at least DNA or something. I forget how it worked, how the reanimation worked. But he needed the bodies. So that's part of the reason why he didn't get Jiraiya. Let's be honest, getting Jiraiya would be kind of impossible for almost anyone. He fell in the bottom of like an ocean. So good luck finding Jiraiya's body. But Kabuto did end up basically bringing back everyone that died. Why didn't he get the Sound 5 for reanimation? Like, I did not think about that till just now. Still trying to find Elecman. But yeah, I think Sasuke's decision after defeating Itachi is the point where Naruto started going downhill. I'm not saying everything after it is bad, because, you know, what was it? The 5 Kage Summit is really good, but one good arc doesn't mean the rest of the series is going down, you know? People Barry talks about Jiraiya after his death. How many people knew about his death? Naruto Tsunade did. Who else knew about his death? Oh, Pain. I mean, Pain, of course. Pain and, what's her name? Well, let's be honest, who else knew? Not many people knew about Jiraiya. And the only people that would really care were Naruto and Tsunade. I guess some of the villagers know about it, like Kakashi. I think Shikamaru knows, but very few people know about his death. Now, one trade-off is, like, we did end up getting Madara, and I think that was really good. How we got there may be up to debate. Finally got like a man again. But Madara was really good. I just hate how he got killed by a boss that was not foreshadowed at all, and just came in and just got the kill. I do not like Kaguya. Kaguya came out of nowhere. He's a one-man army. I mean, it leads up to how strong he was, I guess. And again, that is the one problem with later Naruto, you know, started becoming who had the most chakra. Actually, Dragon Dance would be better. There we go. We got Elecman 3, that's good. I still need Elecman 2. But, oh jeez, that is nice. I need that in here. Again, the reason I'm going after Elecman right now is so I could go after Sharkman. And Sharkman is probably the hardest boss in this game, so getting Elecman 3 will really help. Control the giant beast. Then there's Hashirama, who can fight them both. Yeah. Like I said, Sasuke's decision was the downfall, turning point in quality. I have heard, though, I don't know if this is true. I have heard that Kishi, what the hell is his name? The Naruto creator, Kishimoto, I believe. I've heard the creator wanted to end the series at around that point. Kishimoto, thank you. I was just blanking. I heard he wanted to end the series and it was around that point. But I've heard that the editors told him to keep it going because Naruto was super popular, not only in Japan, but in America. So the editors wanted more money. I've heard that was the case. And this is just one of those cases where the editors just got in the way of a product, of the story. The same thing happened with Death Note. I'm not saying, like, every time an editor gets in the way, it's a bad thing. I'm not saying that, because it happened a few times in Dragon Ball, and sometimes for the better. or sometimes working around the editor can make you be more creative. Again, I think Dragon Ball did a good job of issues like that. Like the Cell arc was a good example of that. But like Death Note had the problem where the editor got out of the way and wanted them to continue before, like the creators wanted to end Death Note, and then the editors are like, no, this makes money, continue. Continue on. And that's when Death Note started going downhill. I think Naruto, the same thing happened with Naruto. Kishimoto wanted to end it around that point. The editors told him, no, it makes a lot of money, not only in Japan, but in America, so keep it going. And so, when you're forced to write a story like that, especially when you wanted to end it, you're probably not going to be as interested in the product. Okay. There, I hear Bleach went down, like, Kubo, like, had a big problem with his editors. Bleach, like, you like the Buu Saga? The thing about this Buu Saga is that Toriyama wanted to end it in Cell, but the editors wanted him to keep going because Dragon Ball is really popular. But Toriyama's like, I don't really want to. But if you are going to make me continue the story, he basically said no editors can interfere. It's just Toriyama. Toriyama just being Toriyama with no filter. And that might be part of the reason why people don't like Buu Saga. The editors were not allowed to get involved because that was the agreement. Or they had very little involvement anyway. You don't understand what Nier did at the end of the manga. I never played a Nier game, let alone knew that there was a manga. What happened there? There's a whole page with text that you can't remember what he did to defeat Light. I'm assuming you're talking about Nier, right? You mean, oh, Nier from Death Note. Okay. Yeah, that spelling of Nier made me think of, like, Nier Automata. Which, again, I never played, but... But no, Death Note. It's a 12-volume series, right? Literally, like, Volume 6 was the point where the creators wanted to end it. That's the point where Light got L killed. I say got him killed because he didn't necessarily do it. But it was at that point where the editor told him to continue. So literally, like, the second half of the series were probably just them, like, we just gotta continue the story because it... not that interested, you know? Probably that mindset. Yeah, if I remember correctly, Nier replaced the pages of the Death Note, of one of the Death Notes. Like, I hear they wanted to end it shortly after L's death. That's what I heard. I mean, I'm not saying Light would have still lived. Maybe the ending of the actual series might have still happened. Like, maybe the police find out that that Light was Kira, and he'd probably still end up dying. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not, but I've heard they wanted to end it around there. Or maybe when they killed L, that was the writer's way of somehow trying to continue the series. Like, they were told to continue the series, and they're like, well... Rewatch Death Note again. I say give it a read, too. They're both kind of different in some ways. They're very similar, but... I I watched I don't know if you heard the YouTuber called Totally Not Mark. He did a video on Death Note recently, and he basically did a video how, like, both the anime and people don't understand Light's character. And it's a very good analysis. I would say give it a watch if you're interested. Because the anime, for sure, makes Light seem like the good guy. Like, you're supposed to root for him. That's the anime's problem, and basically everything after. But the manga, no, you're not supposed to root for him. The manga made it more clear that you're not supposed to. Never fully watched the anime. I mean, let's be honest here. With any form of Death Note, you really only need to watch halfway through the series and then you can stop. Inspiration Mirror gives us much shorter in it. That is true. If you're interested in looking into Death Note, consider the live-action movie, not the Netflix one, not that one. There are 2 live-action Japanese-made Death Note movies where I think those are really good. Actually, they changed the ending to where, like, it doesn't even go into that whole near stuff or everything. If anything, it ends around. It has a better ending, in my opinion. I don't know. I like to even out. I know it isn't as good, but you still enjoy it. I mean, to each their own, but I think we can all agree that the series started going downhill after that halfway point. Yeah, the old live-action movies from Japan, they changed the ending, and I think the ending is better there. It is 2 movies, though. You have to watch both of them. But yeah, if you have seen it, it is pretty good. Definitely not. Please don't watch the Netflix one. It is bad. It is very bad. It breaks its rules all the time, as well as many other problems. But I think I'm gonna end it soon. We got a little bit of work done. Got some new chips. Still need a Luckman 2. But at least I got a Luckman 3. So I can try Sharkman. You know, the true final boss of this game. I do not have enough chips for one of the secret bosses. I still need another upgrade. Actually, maybe, you know what? Oops. Let me see if... Is there a shop nearby? Okay. You know what? Let's see if I could buy 1 HP point. Play William does. William Dafoe as Ryuk. I agree, but he is underutilized. He was barely in it, if I remember correctly. Not only that, he's kept in shadow. You don't get to see him. So it's like the one good aspect about the Netflix movie, they botched it. If you haven't watched it. Yeah, and you're better off not watching it. But yeah, Willem Dafoe as Ryuk is such a great casting choice. But 1, he's barely in the movie for 1, and 2, he's kept in shadow all the time, so you don't even really get to see him. I want... Sure. Do this. Oh, speaking of Netflix, I don't know if you guys heard, but apparently there's going to be a live-action Yu Yu Hakusho. And I don't know. All I know is that it exists. It's too early to say anything about it. But, you know, I am hesitant on anything getting adapted, you know? Speaking of live-action anime, I've heard the Bleach one's okay. I mean, I kind of agree, but, you know, if it's a good adaptation, should, like, you know, like, why not praise it? Like, I liked the Alita Battle Angel movie. It's not like they heard the original series. I mean, true. And if it's a bad movie or something, you can always go back to the original. Like, that's always an option. Like, I don't mind the idea. When I ever watched was Rurouni Kenshin. I hear the live-action Rurouni Kenshin movies are good. I've seen Alita. I liked that one. I've heard Gintama live-action was pretty good. Like I said, I watched the old Death Note live-action movies, and I thought those were good. I think the ending is better in those. Interesting. I know there's a JoJo Part 4 live action. I don't know if that's any good or not. I haven't seen it myself. Let's see if I can buy some HP. Not from this place. Oh, there's Time Bomb too. I can buy that. Okay. Anyway, I think I will be ending it off here. We got some more chips to work on the library. I got the best Electman, so I could try Sharkman, but I still need the second one. You can watch only the fight scenes of Rurouni Kenshin. Well, if I were to give that a look, I'd probably just watch the movies just in full. But so I could continue going after Electman to get his number 2 chip, which I will need eventually, or I could try Sharkman. But I could, if I have enough money, I could get one more HP memory and fight one of the super bosses at that point, which I might end up doing that next. But that's all next time. Anyway, thanks for everyone who showed up. I do Fire Emblem on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and Mega Man Battle Network on Wednesdays at noon Pacific time. If you want to see the old streams that are not on Twitch anymore, they're on YouTube at ScottBot64 Stream Archives. Anyway, this is fun. I love Battle Network. I can't... I love going back to this series. Anyway, have a good day. Later.